it is fair to say that many airlines, and in fact, many in the travel and hospitality industry, are still adjusting themselves to the world after 2 or 3 years of very deep crisis. Some are still looking for ways to survive. Some are preserving liquidity. Some are building better and stronger balance sheets. And so investments in terms of loyalty programs have been mixed. Some have continued to invest in enhancing their loyalty programs, in enhancing their loyalty platforms. Some have perhaps not been as forthcoming because of their concerns on liquidity as well as capital investments. We're probably going to see some of that continuing into 2023 because I don't think we're entirely yet out of the woods, at least for the air travel industry is concerned, for coming out of the COVID years. But I remain positive. I think those of us who are familiar with the loyalty world will know the powerful proposition that loyalty programs provide as a way to engage with customers. And so I am positive that many companies, many loyalty programs will continue to invest forward in enhancing their propositions.
Trying to reach your customer. It used to be for marketing pretty straightforward. If you wanted to do direct marketing, which we did mostly because it's no cost to send an email to people, you can send it out to 2 million people, 20 million people, and email was a very low cost way of getting in front of your customer. It used to be really strong open rates, click rates, because it was the key channel that we leveraged. In recent years, there's email fatigue. Everyone's doing it. It's everywhere. What used to be your mailbox is full of mail. Now your inbox is full of that. Okay, no surprise. But I think for us, it's been harder to get our message in front of people the same way we used to. Now you have to do across multiple channels. In different markets, you have different channels entirely. Like in China, we've got WeChat. We have a whole WeChat strategy that's separate from our social strategy in Western cultures. And then we still have email. We have, you have digital ads. We're not doing production fulfillment for direct mail anymore, but you have to kind of stretch it further. And so for us, the hardest part is making sure that we're being efficient and cost effective in, giving our message to this broad mix of channels and trying to still do it personalized on where they are. If you got the app, do you want a push notification or do you still want that email, or trying to figure out the messaging and the channel mix, and trying to get the same results or better than it seemed like it used to be easier. It was very direct. You send something, you want to get a message out, you sent it. And now it's, okay, well, here's 15 different ways and 15 different things we did. And here's a follow-up. And by the way, I think we got the same amount of exposure we used to do with one try. So I think that just, it's a complicated aspect of it. And this happens every decade. New channels come out and you have to figure it out. And that's what this past year we're still trying to do. And next year, I think we'll continue to try to figure that out.
2022, we had the internal challenge to launch a new program in such a short period of time, with absolutely keeping at the same time high standards of quality for related on the member experience in a very unstable political international scenario, with also facing all the cost increase. But for 2023, we see challenges more related on, once again, external dynamics. We see absolutely in a very positive way, even the latest forecasts are quite positive related on traveling in 2023. The unique challenge are once again coming from a geopolitical situation and still big impact on the overall economy and cost inflation.
The cash inflation around the world has certainly, into double digits in many developed countries. I think we've also seen a spillover effect in the points world as well. I think a lot of loyalty programs have devalued their currency because you have inflation of points. I think that's much more pronounced in the US. I think credit cards have really contributed to more points in circulation. I mean, there's a whole ecosystem that has evolved and has been built from that. Starting from the travel bloggers to the credit card companies to the airlines or the hotel chains. And I think as a result, you've seen a lot of inflation in the points world as well, and a lot of airlines and hotel chains have been forced to devalue or to change their reward charts or their pricing mechanisms to accommodate for that. And I think for us in Flying Blue, we have members that earn the majority of their miles through flying, the old-fashioned way, as it were. Credit cards in Europe are much less pronounced, they're much less common, much less generous for a number of reasons. So it means that European members don't have the same access to earning miles as quickly as do Americans, for example. And as a result, we have to make sure that our rewards are, priced accordingly. We are present in the US. We do have, relationships with a lot of the big banks that allow for mileage conversion, which is, for us, it's a very important aspect. We do have co-branded cards in 12 different markets. Again, it's a very big proponent of our loyalty program and our value proposition, and one we believe in trying to develop further. So we are present with Americans. We do get Americans to transfer their, wealth of points into Flying Blue. But we are still a program that is based in Europe and has a majority of European members. And so we're trying to combat the pressure of creeping inflation in our rewards as well, while at the same time trying to manage surging travel demand. And like many other programs, we have a dynamic pricing mechanism. So the price of the ticket, reward ticket, is a function in a way of the price of the ticket in the inventory currently available. And when travel demand is surging, reward tickets are naturally more expensive. So we have, given, like I said, you have a lot of members with fewer miles than in the US and tickets that are becoming more expensive because travel is back up. It makes the value proposition of a loyalty program kind of difficult. And so that's kind of what we're trying to manage, while at the same time maintaining profitability.